Hey there, I'm Olivia Chen, 32, and I've been thriving in the marketing world for years. On paper, life looks perfect. I've got a great career and a wonderful husband, Michael. But let me tell you, it's far from rainbows and butterflies when it comes to his family. It all started 5 years ago when Michael and I got married. At first, I thought I hit the in-law jackpot. His parents, Robert and Linda, seemed cool, and his sister, Emma. We were like best friends. At least, that's what I thought. Olivia, darling, that dress looks so cute on you, Emma had said at our first family dinner. I should have picked up on the condescending tone, but I was too busy trying to impress everyone. Fast forward to now, and every family gathering feels like walking on eggshells. Emma always has something to say, whether it's about my job, my cooking, or even the way I breathe. Last Thanksgiving, after I spent hours preparing the turkey, she took one bite and said, "Oh, interesting. I guess not everyone can be a master chef." I wanted to stuff her face into the mashed potatoes. Michael tries to play peacemaker, but he's stuck in the middle. "Babe, Emma doesn't mean anything by it," he'd say, as if that excused her constant jabs. The worst part, Robert and Linda hang on to Emma's every word like it's gospel. It's like they've forgotten how to think for themselves. Michael would try to proudly share my achievements, like when I got promoted, but it always ended with Linda brushing it off, saying, "That's nice, dear," before pivoting to Emma's latest charity work, as if she were a saint. I've tried everything to win them over. Fancy dinners, thoughtful gifts, even offering to babysit Emma's kids. Nothing works. It's like trying to nail Jell-O to a wall. And just last week, I overheard Emma on the phone saying, "I don't know what Michael sees in her. She's so ordinary." Ordinary? Me? I've built my career from the ground up. But to them, I might as well be invisible. Now, here I am, getting ready for yet another family dinner, hoping against hope that this time will be different. But deep down, I know better. Emma's probably sharpening her claws as we speak. "You okay, hun?" Michael asks, wrapping his arms around me as I chop vegetables. "Yeah, just peachy," I lie, forcing a smile. The doorbell rings. Chow time. I plaster on my best fake grin and open the door. "Oh, Olivia, you look rested," Linda says, her eyes scanning me up and down. Then, cornering me by the fridge, she adds, "Emma tells me you're still at that little marketing firm. How stable?" I force a smile. "Actually, we just landed a major account. It's been pretty exciting." "Oh, that's nice, dear," she replies absent-mindedly. "Did you hear about Emma's promotion? Vice President of Sales, of course. She's amazing." Dinner finally starts, and I'm holding my breath as they take their first bites. Michael, ever the supportive husband, says, "This is delicious, babe." He gives me a wink, and for a moment, I relax. Maybe this won't be so bad. Then Emma takes a bite. Her face scrunches up in exaggerated confusion. "Oh, interesting flavor. Is that nutmeg?" "No, it's rosemary," I reply, my smile faltering. "Ah," she says, pushing the food around her plate. "It's different." I'm about to defend myself when Emma suddenly clutches her stomach. "Oh God," she groans. "I don't feel so good." And just like that, all hell breaks loose. "What's wrong?" Linda asks, her voice rising in panic. "My stomach," Emma moans. "It's like I've been poisoned or something." All eyes turn to me. I feel my blood run cold. "Poisoned?" I sputter. "That's ridiculous. We're all eating the same food." But then Robert starts looking pale, and James, Emma's husband, is running to the bathroom. "What did you put in the food, Olivia?" Linda demands, her voice shrill. "Nothing, just normal ingredients." I protest, but the room's already turned on me. Michael's looking at me with doubt in his eyes, and it's like a knife to the heart. "Maybe we should call an ambulance," he suggests hesitantly. Emma's now writhing on the floor, milking the situation for all it's worth. "She did this on purpose," she wails. "She's always been jealous of me." "That's insane," I shout, but no one's listening. James is already on the phone with 911, and Linda's dramatically feigning Emma. "I think you should leave, Olivia," Robert says coldly. "We'll handle this." I look to Michael for support, but he's avoiding my gaze. "Maybe it's best if you go, babe," he mumbles, "just until we figure this out." Figure what out? I didn't do anything. But it's clear I'm not wanted. Grabbing my purse, I storm out, slamming the door behind me. As I sit in my car, shaking with anger and disbelief, I hear sirens in the distance. What the hell just happened? And how am I going to fix this mess? The days after that disaster felt like living in a nightmare. My phone was flooded with accusatory texts from Emma and the in-laws, each one more absurd than the last. How could you? We trusted you. And Michael. He was walking on eggshells around me like I might whip out a vial of poison at any moment. Babe, maybe you made a mistake with the ingredients, he suggested one morning. I slammed my coffee mug down for what felt like the millionth time. I didn't poison anyone. But the damage was done. I was banned from family gatherings, uninvited from Christmas, completely erased from their lives overnight. I couldn't take it anymore. If they wouldn't believe me, I'd have to prove my innocence myself. First stop, the grocery store where I'd bought the ingredients. I grilled the poor cashier for 20 minutes, but nothing seemed off. Next, I started digging into Emma's past. Late nights hunched over my laptop revealed a disturbing pattern. Every time something good happened to me, Emma had some sort of crisis. My promotion, Emma's car accident the very next day, our wedding, Emma's sudden emergency appendectomy just before the ceremony. It was no coincidence anymore. I needed help, and I knew exactly who to call. Lisa, it's Olivia. Remember that favor you owe me? Time to pay up. Lisa was an old college friend, now a private investigator, and she agreed to help me dig deeper into Emma's web of lies. We met over coffee. Okay, spill it, Lisa said. What's the deal with this sister-in-law from hell? I laid it all out. The dinner, the accusations, everything. Lisa let out a low whistle. Damn, girl, you've got yourself a regular soap opera here. We hatched a plan. Lisa would dig into Emma's finances and work history while I focused on piecing together what really happened that night. Days turned into weeks. I was running on coffee and sheer determination while Michael grew more distant. But I couldn't think about that now. I had to clear my name. Then, a breakthrough. Lisa called, excitement buzzing in her voice. Olivia, you're not going to believe this. Emma's been cooking the books at her company for years. She's in deep financial trouble. My heart raced. That's great, but how does that help me? Think about it. She needed a distraction, something big to take the heat off her. What better than a family scandal? The pieces started to fall into place. I remembered something else from that disastrous dinner. Emma had arrived early, insisting on helping in the kitchen. At the time, I'd been too frazzled to question it, but now I knew she must have tampered with the food when I wasn't looking. We need proof, Lisa said, her voice steady, and we need it fast. Emma's lies were unraveling, but she didn't know it yet. We had to catch her off guard. Lisa and I spent hours planning our next move. One wrong step, and Emma would slip away again. We need to set a trap, Lisa suggested, a glint in her eye. Something she can't resist. As we plotted, I felt a mix of excitement and dread. This was my chance to expose Emma for who she really was. But what if it backfired? What if I lost Michael for good? I shoved the doubts aside. I'd come too far to back down now. Emma wanted to play dirty? Fine, two could play at that game. Let's do this, I told Lisa, my voice steady. It's time to take Emma down. The day of reckoning had finally arrived. We'd set everything in motion, and now all we could do was wait. My stomach churned with nerves, but I knew this was my only shot. We had anonymously tipped off Emma's workplace about her fraudulent activities. It was risky but necessary to apply pressure from all sides. I parked down the street from Emma and James' house, heart pounding. Lisa was already in position, disguised as a delivery driver. Package for Emma Wilson, I heard Lisa say through the earpiece we were using to communicate. I held my breath as I watched Emma step outside. Lisa accidentally dropped the package, spilling its contents, fake financial documents we had prepared to mirror her real crimes. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Lisa said, scrambling to pick up the papers. Emma's face turned white as a sheet. Give me those, she snapped, snatching the documents out of Lisa's hands. That's when James pulled into the driveway. Perfect timing. What's going on? He asked, walking toward them. Emma tried to hide the papers, stuffing them under her arm. It's nothing, she muttered, clearly rattled. James eyed her suspiciously. What are those? Emma stammered, but before she could come up with a believable excuse, Lisa dropped the bombshell. I think your wife might want to explain these financial discrepancies, Lisa said, smirking as she handed James one of the incriminating documents. Emma froze, her eyes wide with panic. The trap had been set, and now, it was only a matter of time before everything came crashing down. James caught a glimpse of the papers. Are those bank statements, Emma? What's this about? From where I sat, I could see the panic in Emma's eyes. She was cornered, and she knew it. It's nothing, just some work stuff, she said quickly. But James wasn't buying it. He grabbed one of the papers, his eyes widening as he read. Emma, these show transfers to offshore accounts. What the hell is going on? Emma's facade finally cracked. I can explain, it's not what it looks like. That's when Lisa, pretending to fumble with her phone, hit play. Loud enough for everyone to hear, Emma's voice rang out clearly. God, it was so easy. Slip a little aita in the food and boom, instant food poisoning. Olivia never saw it coming. James stumbled back as if he'd been punched. You framed Olivia? Why? Emma was in full meltdown mode now. The company was investigating me. I needed a distraction. That was my cue. I stepped out of my car and approached them. Emma's eyes bulged when she saw me. You, she screeched. You set me up. I stood my ground. No, Emma, you set yourself up. I just made sure the truth came out. James looked between us, utterly shocked. I can't believe this. All these years. Just then, Michael pulled up with his parents, Robert and Linda. They must have seen the commotion and called him. What's going on here? Linda demanded. I took a deep breath. This was it. Emma framed me for poisoning the family. She's been lying to all of you for years. Michael stared at his sister in disbelief. Emma, is this true? Emma broke down, confessing everything between sobs, the financial fraud, the lies, the elaborate scheme to frame me. It all came pouring out. Robert and Linda were stunned into silence, their faces a mix of shock and devastation. Michael looked like his whole world had been shattered. Olivia, he said, turning to me, tears in his eyes, I'm so sorry. I should have believed you. Part of me wanted to revel in the vindication, but mostly, I just felt tired. It's okay, I said softly. It's over now. As the police arrived and led Emma away, I looked at the family I tried so hard to be part of. They were broken, confused, and betrayed. Michael reached for my hand. Can we talk? I nodded, knowing we had a long road ahead of us. But for the first time in months, I felt like I could breathe again. The truth was out, and I was free. Now, I have a question for you. If you were in my shoes, would you forgive Michael and his family for doubting you? Or would you cut ties with them completely? It's a tough call, isn't it? On one hand, they believed the worst about me without real proof. On the other, they were manipulated by Emma's elaborate scheme. Where do you draw the line between understanding and self-respect? Share your thoughts in the comments below.